Future Delta 2.0 is a game where high school students can imagine, see, and experience alternative futures in their own neighborhoods. It is an opportunity to connect their actions now to consequences far into the future, to see that the future lies in the palms of their hands. Future Delta 2.0 is a community-based serious game project. It explores local climate, energy, and community planning future scenarios through immersive experiences. The game is a highly engaging yet informative virtual environment. It allows learners to interact with complex science and community-based decision-making through aesthetic experiences. The intention is to empower players to visualize and intuitively grasp critical scientific knowledge while enjoying challenges, action, and engagement through individual and group decision-making about energy sources and use, climate adaptation and mitigation, broader sustainable urbanism, and lifestyle choices. What would the neighborhood look like if sea levels rise with climate change and we are not prepared with new adaptive measures? What would it look like if we were prepared? What might the future look like if community energy was integrated into the way we power our homes? What if more people chose to ride bicycles to work or use more fuel-efficient technology for personal transportation? How are industries in the area making more sustainable solutions by reducing their carbon footprints and their waste products? And what else might they do? This immersive and interactive tool provides an active learning environment of play and exploration that can be integrated into high school curricula. The research is unique in its use of video gaming to encourage exploration of local sustainability challenges and solutions by high school students and other community members. Interested teachers and students worked collaboratively with the research team to create an engaging in-game experience that not only meets learning objectives but is also fun to play. Students engaged as citizen scientists, collecting data and images in their neighborhoods. Teachers assisted with integrating the game with school board curriculum and class learning objectives. The Future Delta 2.0 gameplay learning cycle begins with establishing a single-player exploration in a situated, immersive locale. The interaction within the game provides an in-game feedback mechanism that allows for player observations, analysis, and critical reflection to be tested and practiced within the virtual environment. This experiential learning cycle enables opportunities for modification of player behavior and new choices for experiences. The game is composed of 3 acts, beginning in North Delta, where the player learns about neighborhood climate change challenges and solutions. The second act takes place in Tilbury and focuses on challenges and solutions facing industries in Delta and beyond. The final, third act is situated in Boundary Bay and Ladner, where the player can explore different possible future responses to flooding in Delta. There are 3 main learning tools: CIMA Vision, Carbon Vision, and Future Vision. The CIMA Vision tool allows player to identify, categorize, and tag objects that are C, causes, I, impacts, M, mitigation, and A, adaptation. CIMA objects are teachable elements, offering the player the opportunity to learn how to see climate change at the neighborhood scale. In the process of categorizing objects in terms of the contribution to causes, impacts, mitigation, and adaptation, the player is able to analyze the neighborhood environment with a more holistic understanding of climate change. Carbon Vision is a visual tool that allows players to see the amount of carbon emitted in the environment by color-coding carbon-producing objects and buildings. As the player encounters different glowing colored objects, the amount of emissions is measured and relayed to the player. The player is then given the option to swap high carbon-producing objects with lower carbon-producing objects and see the resulting color change. Future Vision presents possible imaginary spaces and allows the player to learn about how different solutions for sea level rise could play out in a specific community. Future Vision offers the player the chance to engage with 4 different alternatives to sea level rise in the Delta region. Each future allows the player to assess the trade-offs for each solution and experience future worlds that have either adapted or mitigated the effects of climate change. Players can practice influencing environmental policy and experience climate change solutions in situations where diverse community voices are brought together. In-game community mobilization simulates complex decision-making processes where the player is tasked with identifying the diverse needs and values of communities. Critical skills and reflective practices are introduced, applied, and assessed within the experiential learning context of Future Delta 2.0 through active gameplay that enacts the learning objectives and can potentially transform behaviors in real-world contexts. Future Delta 2.0 is an ambitious, multidisciplinary collaborative research project that brings together climate change science, sustainable community planning, and experiential learning in an engaging video game. The research has involved a 5-year collaboration between the Collaborative for Advanced Landscape Planning and the Centre for Culture and Technology at the University of British Columbia, with close community partner, the Delta School District. Together, CCT and CALP collaborate on climate change education and action with community partners.